What is going on, true believers? Guys, it looks like Ripple has been meeting with the SEC in order to settle. That's probably great for crypto. It looks like, look, we've already established with Judge Annalisa Torres that crypto being sold to individual investors represents a commodity, being sold to businesses represents a security. That ruling, although disputed by Judge Jed Rakoff, the 82-year-old octogenarian guy, that if he were running for president, we would say he's too old. We've got him trying to make decisions for the SEC as they play favorites. A little bit weird how that happens, but okay. So if this happens, we can move on. The SEC will then focus on taking more L's, I guess, because none of this stuff is happening the way that they have outlined. They wanted complete and utter control. They wanted to own everything. They wanted to be in charge. Also, the from what it looks like, the Bitcoin halving is 2 days, 9 hours, 24 minutes, and 40 seconds away. There's 356 blocks remaining. Bitcoin's current price, 62,400. That actually slowed down. Transactions have slowed down quite a bit over the last 24 hours. A little bit weird how that happened, but okay, boomer. So also, Goldman Sachs is telling you that you may want to watch out for how this market ends up, because it's it's not going to be the same thing that you saw before. You've also got Bernstein, who says the bullish trajectory for Bitcoin is about to resume dramatically, and that it's about to get absolutely bonkers crazy, and we're all just gonna be holding on for dear life as this thing absolutely starts to send and take off, or at least that's what they say. Will that really happen? I don't know. By the way, if you haven't already, all the sponsors down here, all these guys putting in the work, go share with them. Go check them out. Helps me out tremendously. And remember the most important part, and that is that this is not financial advice. I'm always
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, the important thing is, do you good morning. If you good morning, then good morning. If you don't good morning, then good morning. No matter what, good morning to you, and I hope that you're having a great day. It is getting a little bit wild in cryptocurrency. Like we can't seem to get on the right path. We can't move forward right now. Everything seems to be just kind of messing with us, if you will. So let's get into our good mornings, and then we'll go from there. J Lock says good morning. Masonic Mike says top of the morning to you. Take a look at Solana Magic Internet Money. Brian Bootyhead says hola. Aaron Thompson's in the house. Richard Caldwell is here. Remington Perot. John Doe is here. Stock guys buying back ETF at the moment. Markets are turning green today, and that's possible. We saw that a little bit earlier, quite a few hours ago. Then it led to a bit of sell-off. Right now, since we started this, 62,400, Bitcoin's at 61,900. So everything is happening the opposite of what John Doe keeps saying for the last couple of days. And by the way, I assure you, I have felt that too. Every time I look at something, I say, well, it looks like this is what's getting ready to happen. The opposite might happen because what we're looking at is obvious signs. When we see the obvious signs, and it just sometimes just doesn't work the way that we want it to work. So because people are assholes, and when they show you their hand, that they're probably trying to deceive you in some way. We got blockchain bonehead in the house. What do we got here? We got the Trump pump, the DJT hammer candle on the 1 hour. We got a Washington Heights veteran. What is going on here? Good morning to you. George Lopez Garcia is in the house. The SEC are a bunch of biatches. Kathleen's in the house. What is going on? Good morning to Raymond Pritchard. Aaron Thompson, good morning. Jason Pollins, good morning. Vader Prime in the house. I don't know if I'm doing that right. Maybe I just sound like a weird porn star, but I tried. Bozo's in the house. Crypto Antagonist is here. Justin W., good morning. Jay Manuel, good morning. Remington, we already did Remington. You don't get two. Tom M. is in the house. Isabel Medina Ortman, good morning. Embola Janet is in the house. Good morning. We've got Veer Sukin. I can't say that. I'm not sure I'm supposed to be able to say that, but good morning to you. Jeff T, good morning. Tom Collide is in the house. I Got Rug is here. Skybound in the house, good morning. Felix is here. Beautiful morning to you, sir. And we've got, this is going to go adios. Somebody should probably, well, we're going to do this. Boom. I don't really give a shit what you like or don't like. We're not doing that one. And Ben Price does not want to come to my buy position. All right. So here we are. This is where it's going to get kind of crazy. I'm going to try my best right now to get this, get through this as quickly as possible. We got Raymond Betancourt in the house. So number one in our, oh my God, I can't believe it's not butter thing is, and by the way, I'm having a little trouble with this computer this morning. I'm not really sure what exactly is going on, but we're talking about now Ripple versus the SEC, and it looks like they're about to have a settlement entered into. Not sure whether or not that's real or not, but if they do, that's going to represent a significant sort of rally. And the ongoing battle between the Ripple Labs and SEC may be ending as a settlement has been rumored. Yet, amid those rumblings, XRP has plummeted almost 3% over the last 24 hours, continuing its downtrend for more than a month. Can we just agree, I think, that it's disingenuous for some of these companies? And by the way, it's the dyed-in-the-wool scam sort of news organizations. It's the watcher gurus out there that say shit like this. And by the way, this is actually a Watcher Guru article. And you guys know I don't really use Watcher Guru anymore. But you know what I mean? Why did you remove? I removed, actually. I don't know why Richard Nelson did. I did it because, yes, it's not about censorship. It's my goddamn channel. And if I don't like something on my goddamn channel, then you don't get to be part of it. It's not, and it's not democracy here. It's believeocracy. So whatever I say is how it's going to end up going. So yeah, but I appreciate you for stopping by. So anyway, however, there is hope from the presence of a settlement could be good news for investors hoping for a return to form for the cryptocurrency. Indeed, could the conclusion of the SEC lawsuit bring forth a rally that could arrive just in time for the highly anticipated Bitcoin halving event? So, and guys, listen, I don't care about your freedom. You have plenty of freedom in your life. But when you're over here, that freedom, it applies to, you can still watch everything on YouTube except me. You know what I mean? That's fine. If you're using things that are representative of hate speech, hate groups, stuff like that, I mean, and look, we can debate whether I agree with you or not, or because it's not always going to be the same. So it's going to be, it'll be my call ultimately. So get over it, enjoy it, don't do it. Be the easiest thing. Good morning, Xander. Be the easiest thing would be just get over it and don't do shit like that. You know what I mean? Like we're not children here, so play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I think is one of those silly sort of things that people say all the time. And guys, for the life of me, I can't get my just everything is all messed up today. This may be one of those horrible sort of days. Anyway, the government agency, the SEC, did request a $2 billion fine for Ripple. Although the company thoroughly rejected the initial proposal, there's been some rumblings that an agreement has been reached. If that's true, it may not come at a better time. Both Ripple and the SEC have been rumored to have reached a settlement agreement as the XRP token plummeted in value. Now, of course, I think what we should do is we should at least have the wisdom here to recognize that the way that this works is that the SEC will what they will do, or what Ripple will do, I should say. I don't know why I said the SEC. What Ripple will end up doing in this context is they will sell on the chart in order to make this obligation. So while people are saying, well, this is going to allow the price to start to move and start to dramatically do something, I don't think so. I don't believe that is the case at all. And by the way, I have, for those of you wondering why I'm annoyed right now, I have 75 Google Chrome processes running right now. I have no idea exactly what's going on. And I am running a Ryzen 9 ninth generation or 13th generation, like whatever the best AMD CPU is right now. And Google Chrome is using 80% of CPU resources. For what reason, I have no earthly idea. Like it is absolutely bonkers what's happening on my computer right now. Testament to Google Chrome doing it right. You know what I mean? So, and by the way, I know what you might be saying. You might be saying, well, you're the idiot that's using Google Chrome. Why don't you stop using Google Chrome? And you know what? Fair enough. I keep and continue to try to give them the benefit of doubt. And it is just not working out for me very well over the last little while. Google Chrome is just absolutely um, putrid at this point. And by the way, some of this has to do with, I think you just have to like stop and reset your computer over and over again. And it's just not. It's less than optimal, I guess I should say. It is absolutely less than optimal, the way the computer is moving right now. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'm frozen because time has stopped on the computer. Everything is stopped. So we're gonna take a quick. Let me pop out real quick. We're gonna shut a little bit down. This might just be a bad moment in time, potentially, but I got to free up some system resources because this is just out of control. By the way, Shiba Inu, one of the things that I forgot to mention when I was doing this originally is Shiba Inu might just be in line for a big time pump. And it's looking like it might move to 2 zeros 6 cents, according to one of these analysts. So, the big things could be happening right now. And guys, I'm going to shut down Chrome all the way across the board. And then when I'm done, I will be popping back in. Hope you stick around for me for just a second. But with this thing doing what it's doing right now, it's out of control. So if you'll just give me and grant me one moment here, I'm going to let the task manager kind of collate everything, put it all into one. And now I'm going to just close everything and I'll pop right back in. All right, I think I got it. It seems like all of the sudden I can see everything and I can see everybody, but that was very wild. I was using 100% of system resources. This whole thing was just going absolutely bonkers. So, not sure why that was, um, but that was absolutely weird. Anyway, now we can get back into what we were talking about to begin with, which is breakfast. There we go. All right, so. Sorry about that, guys. Glitch in the mainframe, if you will. And you know, wildly enough, none. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just like I opened up this morning and I was thinking about reinstalling the operating system here. You know, like just backing up everything and just doing a full reinstall. And I keep scanning the system. There's no viruses or anything like that. Of course, you know what's a virus is constantly changing in this landscape anyway. But anyway, so what I was saying before, after Ripple, let's move on here. Let's get into Bitcoin because we do have an update here, and this is what the halving is looking like as of right now. So April 19, 6:42 p.m. It's starting to speed up again. Bitcoin price, as you can see, again, it was 62,004 when we started. It's now 61,008. Joe and I, by the way, continue to get to be wrong about this. Google spyware, you know what? That is entirely possible at this point. One of the things that I will point out about Google Chrome is that recently they've done a lot of quote unquote what they call upgrades, but a lot of their upgrades, you know what I mean? And I just I just they ad removal. If you use an ad remover or something like that, then you can't then you can't use that. It's just weird stuff happening. So anyway, 61,700. Remember, guys, I told you yesterday, I don't know, it might have been Doge, but I 61,500 right now. We're continuing to dip. So 61,004, 59,000 is going to be the spot. 61,003. Matter of fact, we're going to need to pull up a chart here real quick to look at it because it looks like the maximum pain sort of sell off is America, F yeah, happening as we speak right now. So U.S. market capitulating, you know, and I just assume this is the this is the this is the not even we're not even done yet. I think I was going to say that I think that we're probably going to see bigger move towards the downside. We're going to at least test this 61,000, but there's going to be a move down into some of these previous ranges. And it's playing out. I mean, it's playing out exactly the way one would expect it at this point. So let's we're gonna toss this right now because of course we don't need that anymore. We're gonna toss that because we know what that represents. We're gonna toss this for the moment, and then we're gonna come back in here and we're gonna start looking at this a little bit better when the time comes. Now we are coalescing into a breakout. Okay. Now we'll see what happens there. And the reason I was talking about SHIB, let me point this out here. SHIB is set for a super cycle, and that's what the team marketing lead says. Now, marketing lead, that's what their job is, right? That's what they're supposed to be saying. But Lucy revealed her Bitcoin analysis chart in a recent post on X portraying market movements from 2014 up to a speculative 25. She said at the bottom, there are three distinct phases: the bottom, the reaccumulation, and finally the bull market. Well, the bull market's going to start in a couple of days. Now, in the event that that happens, then they're looking at a massive run for SHIB, and that massive run for SHIB. By the way, I'm going to have to break my in order to give it to you right here, because the place that I saw it right here is Pagambar Mohan Raj says Shiba had a decent start to the year, hitting a 2-year high in March. Despite the recent correction, SHIB might turn the tide given that Bitcoin's fourth halving is just around the corner. Historically, Bitcoin has witnessed a price spike after its 3 previous halvings. Many analysts anticipate a similar pattern this time around. During its previous halving in May 2020, Bitcoin traded around 8,500. In November of 2021, it had fallen 700%, surpassed or rallied 700%, surpassing the 69,000 mark. SHIB also benefited, rising 30,000 at 303,000, I'm sorry, at the same time. If Bitcoin witnesses another rally like that, it could surge above 500,000. In such a scenario, if SHIB rises by just 10% of what it did in 2021, it could surge to around 6%. The price rise would translate to a growth of about 28,000. This is wild. So what they're saying basically is 280x. This is a wild pie in the sky, okay? This is called clickbait. Now, it's crypto, so you never know what could happen, but we should at least be intellectually honest about it and say, SHIB right now has a market cap of 12 billion. What they're saying is that 12 times 280 means a $33 trillion market cap is what they're talking about for SHIB. So or $3 trillion market cap, $3 trillion market cap for SHIB. So this is not it's not even close to happening. Now, that's without considering any kind of burns on the price or anything like that. So, if there's a significant amount of burn, then there could be some kind of reversal or change in some dynamic way, but I don't really see it. I don't really see it. So guys, I am telling you that there's an article out here about it, but I am not confident that any of that kind of wild shit's getting ready to happen. However, let's get back into real news here. Bernstein expects Bitcoin's bullish trajectory to resume post-halving and says that it's a $150,000 target. Analysts at Bernstein expect Bitcoin's bullish trajectory to resume post-halving, reiterating their $150,000 cycle target. The next halving event, when the miner block subsidy rewards get cut in half, is now less than 3 days away. Analysts at research and brokerage firm Bernstein expect Bitcoin to resume its bullish trajectory. We expect Bitcoin's bullish trajectory to resume post-halving. This view mirrors that of Bloomberg's Eric Balchunas. He expects the spot Bitcoin ETFs to land on such platforms in the next few months, also identifying options trading for the ETFs as another major catalyst. So we're talking about not just that, but options trading. So historically, Bitcoin halvings have been associated with significant fluctuations in the price. These events have often preceded substantial bull runs in the market. So a lot of nervous people out there right now waiting to see what the next move is on Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, 61,300. Again, we're watching capitulation happening as we speak. Another $80 billion has exited the market. May I just remind you guys that it was not more than a couple of days ago. As a matter of fact, let's look at the daily chart and you can see this. Just a few short days ago, we were at $2.72 trillion in market cap, and now we're at 2.174. $600 billion worth of capital appears to have exited. And by the way, it's not $600 billion in total money, but of course, the market cap. $600 billion in market cap has exited this market in short order. But, here's the funny thing, coming in line with the 100 MA. So I guess what we can say is mostly I was right about Bitcoin. I did think, by the way, that there was a chance that we could hit this before, and we didn't. Now I'm gonna take the blame for that one. I said 77,000, 80,000 was going to be next, and it is next. But I did think that we would get a push right before we got into this bull run. I thought we would get that one last kind of just banger sort of move. Make sure you hit the like button, by the way, on the way in. Yesterday, by the time I got done, we only had like 30 likes out of something like 100 and something people watching. So it really helps me out when you guys hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. You can even hit the dislike button. It counts the same. It still allows me to do the same stuff. Now, if you haven't already, let me take a moment right here and say, if you're looking for non-KYC exchanges, go sign up at KCEX today. If you're looking for privacy, security, and protection, then it's NordVPN. MEXC Global is going to be KYC as of June 30th. So you can still trade there, but that's going to be up to you. Bing X also is a partner. And then if you support Ben Armstrong, Femex, if you sign up for my Femex, then I'm signed up. I agreed to sign up under Ben's platform. So if you help me out, you're helping Ben out. So if you're a Ben Armstrong fan, then there you go. Now, by the way, this is accumulation area. So we're gonna zip through the news right now because I want to get into these charts and really start talking about them. So just bear with me here as I start to move a little bit faster. Also, Goldman Sachs cautions against extrapolating previous Bitcoin halving cycle for price predictions. Now, remember what I just said. What I just said is Paygamber for SHIB said, well, if it goes up another whatever 100,000 billion billion jillion and goes to 500,000 market cap, then SHIB would just have to do 10% of that. And that's a $3 trillion market cap. I mean, that's just a ridiculous number for Shiba Inu. And look, no offense to Shiba Inu. If you're a holder or something like that, be happy if you get to 100 billion market cap. That's going to be the next big move for these meme coins. So I would pay attention to what's happening in the market basically, and I don't think that's reasonable. 100 billion, yes. 3 trillion, off the table, no chance whatsoever. Anyway, what they're basically saying is the continued gains in Bitcoin may be contingent on strong inflows into spot ETFs. Now, we haven't seen the same excitement in ETFs in the last little while, so I would be watching this with I would be nervous. Okay. Also, Bitcoin technical analysis says that key indicators are signaling a bearish outlook. Now, why is somebody saying that there's a bearish outlook? I mean, Jesus Christ, we're at the halving, right? We're doing it for clicks. I do things for clicks too. So what we're looking at is the array of oscillator values presenting mixed view, where the commodity channel index at minus 129 points to a buying opportunity, potentially signaling an oversold condition. The RSI at 41 and other neutral indicators like the stochastic suggest a lack of momentum and directional clarity. It's almost like, it's almost like we're at the halving. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these idiots just make this shit up as they go. And it's, oh God, it's frustrating and maddening to see when people do this. But, the point is that here we are, we got, and by the way, remember 2021. Do you remember that? Well, that's 2025, right? So we're about to see a nice little rip for Bitcoin. We're about to see altcoins start to kind of rip here. And by the way, I'm going to tell you where the money is going today. And if you want to take this for financial advice, don't do that, because I wouldn't be telling you to do that. But I'm going to tell you exactly where the money's going according to venture capital firms, because they did reveal, or at least one of the insiders revealed it. So now here's the numbers that are being given. Okay. The critical support level for Bitcoin is 61,600. Despite current bearish trends, resilience is at key support levels around 60,760, and that could signal a reversal. If buyers can consolidate strength and initiate a bullish pattern in that juncture, there might be a robust opportunity for upward trajectory. However, the prevailing downtrend is corroborated by multiple technical indicators, from MA suggesting continued sell signals in the short to medium term to oscillators that indicate a lack of buying momentum. We're going to check that out in just a few minutes. So we're going to look deep into Bitcoin and try to predict what it's going to do next. Also, this is happening as we speak right now. Big players are transferring millions into Ethereum, Uniswap, Space ID to exchanges. These are sell-offs, by the way. Crypto investors and traders typically monitor big movements, seeking insights into potential crypto moves. Since April 16th, crypto analysts have tracked several significant transfers. According to on-chain data, DWF Labs moved 9.2 million ID tokens, worth almost $7 million to OKX. After this transaction, the wallet of DWF Lab, tracked on spot on-chain, do not hold any ID tokens. Crypto giant Amber Group also seem to have moved 1 million Arbitrum to Coinbase, valued at 1.1 million. This follows a previous transfer of 9.4 million of Arbitrum last month, with 3.5 million remaining. Celsius moved 8,000 Ethereum to Coinbase in a separate transaction. Spot on Chain reported that today. So we're about to see another massive. And Celsius, I mean, it's the worst goddamn company in the history of crypto. So you can expect they're worthless. They're trash. It's a garbage organization. So what are they going to do? Of course, they filed bankruptcy. They stole money from you. So what are they going to do? They're going to continue to do what they do. They're going to keep stealing from you. Notable activities include withdrawing 6,500 Ethereum from Lido by a multi-sig address, whoever that is. The wallet owner deposited 5,100 of these ETH worth 15.7 million to OKX. So, guys, I think what we're about to witness is a massive sell-off. This address still holds a substantial amount of cryptocurrency, but what these guys are doing is they're looking at their indicators, they're looking at these oscillators, and they're deciding that they don't think that it's going to continue to keep moving. So, Uniswap whales accumulated tokens since October by withdrawing from the MEXC. This whale sold their Uniswap holdings today for $6.8 or $6.83. They bought it for $6.20, netting a profit of $250,000. Look on Chain spotted Justin Sun withdrawing 196 million USDT from Huobi and depositing it into Binance. But nobody knows exactly why he's doing that. Why is he moving the money around? We have no idea. Large scale cryptocurrency transactions like these are garnering a lot of attention right now. And, shit's getting crazy, if you will. So now let's get into, by the way, just to inform you guys, we don't have a Ben segment for today. Terra Luna Classic, we do. The Terra Luna Classic bankruptcy is underway, and the creditors have hired a crypto investigation firm to look into Terraform Labs and figure out exactly where all of the crypto is. So there's going to be a forensic investigation of Terra Luna Classic. So I would be watching out for that to see exactly what happens or how this goes. I'm going to give you some buy signals, by the way, right now. This might go down. Crypto still looks like it's ready for a little downward pressure right now. It looks like some alts are fighting a little bit. There's a little bit of buy pressure coming back in. We're bouncing off of signal areas, but generally speaking, the U.S. market is trying to steal your liquidity all over again because that's what they do. You know what I mean? As well, let's go look at the next token sell-offs. We've got NYM with 540,000 coming out in 9 hours. We got Manta, which is doing an unlock of $40 million in 18 hours. So I would get out of Manta right now. Kadena, I think that's Kadena, 104,000, not very big. IMX though, 62 million. Pixel, 20 million. These are coming out over the next couple of days. So if you hold any one of these, I would suggest sell it right the fuck now and let that shit come down. And Bitcoin just bottomed. We just lost a couple hundred points on Bitcoin. It's still continuing a rapid sort of sell off. So token unlocks are showing a couple of those. So I would be watching for those. Back to Terra Luna Classic. So the creditors are looking. We're going to be talking about some repegs. If you are a fan, by the way, if you are a fan of Terra Luna Classic and you are looking for a place in order to get information from, let me point out Lunk Dash to you. One of the things is they're trying to put together a team, establish a Terra Classic team. And here's how everybody is voting right now to establish a team. Interstellar Lounge, Elbun, Lunk Dev, Twingo, Crypto Magma, POS Node, BI Studio, and Lunk Forever. They all voted yes. The people who voted no, all nodes, Interstake 1, Jesus is Lord. The bad actors, everybody who's a bad actor in this place is voting no, and you guys are staking with them. So if you're staking with all nodes, well, let me rephrase that. I guess I should say all nodes, it's shady shit when they waited until the very end before they submitted their vote, in my opinion. But what their argument is they don't want to create centralization. They want it to remain decentralized. Now, when I say that, I'm going to hit the zoom button here, and I'm going to point out something. Do you see how there's two validators, number one and number two, and both of them represent over 6% of the voting power? That is centralization at its finest. Do you see what centralization is at its finest? 15%. Now, that's 21% of the voting power right here between these two people. That's basically centralization. So they're lying to you, deceiving you, and manipulating you. But All Nodes is one of those places where you can rent staking. So if you genuinely think that this is going to create centralization and you're voting no for that reason, more power to you. Luna Classic Labs, I actually believe that that's the case with them. So, but I don't know. But if you and by the way, people who wanted to do it, delegators like you and me, we all voted yes. We want to see a Terra Classic team. The validators at the top, again, the big percentage validators, they all either voted no, or Luna Station, Stake Bin, and Lunk Goblins, they all just abstained from voting, and the only one with a big sum over here that voted yes was Interstellar Lounge. So a little wild. We got Crypto Surfer in the house, by the way, volting it up. And let me add, by the way, for those of you that don't that don't volt, if you will, Volted Dragon reached out to me yesterday and sent me a Mohawk Volted Dragon. So I don't have any Volt tokens other than the $50 that I have on MEXC, but at least I got something back. You know what I mean? So shout out to him for taking care. He gave me the hookup, and that was really cool of him. So listen, something dramatically changed in the last 24 hours with validating. Ethereum had transactions totaling 2.236 billion. Multiverse X came out of nowhere with $1.51 billion in transactions. I don't know what this is. There's only 21 protocols on it. I don't know enough about Multiverse X. It just popped up, on this list. It wasn't in the top 10, wasn't in the top 20 for a long period of time. Then all of a sudden, here it is. Solana, 1.17 billion, BSC 1.14 billion. Look at the change, by the way, in volume. You can see that a lot of this stuff is way, 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 way down. Base not feeling it though, and then BSC not exactly feeling it as well. But generally speaking, a lot of these are down big time. Now, Base. Somebody asked me about Base, and look, I just want to say this. I think Base is going to be phenomenally huge. And if you come over here and look at Brett only has a $7 million market cap. I would be looking for Brett as the, excuse me, as what I think is probably the top meme coin on Coinbase. I got a sense here that this thing is going to just absolutely explode. Like, I think this is the next $1 billion meme coin. And I think that if you, if you're holding it, then 3x from here is about $20 million market cap. You know what I mean? So I get a feeling, or I've got a feeling that this thing is probably going to just absolutely send at some point pretty soon. Coming down basically on market conditions at this point, as is everything. I do want to say Zella Boba's up, having a nice big lift today. MVP is up 25%. Trump is up 10% at this point. Success Kid's up 6.5%. Ben's up slightly, but it's been down for a long period of time. Myro about dead even on the day, but as you go down, you'll see that we're starting to get a little downward momentum. But take a quick look again at Bitcoin on the 1 hour. There we go. So we dip down into our 61.4, our 61.1 area one more time. Let's go down here and let's pop up volume. If you look down here at the bottom, you can see where the volume's been going on the 1 hour. You see these spikes in cells for downward sort of momentum, but this volume here, if you start to zoom out here, you can see how there was a significant amount of volume on this run up, and you can see that it's just really kind of dying down over the last little while. It's been getting quiet. You don't need volume to go sideways. And that's what you'll see is when you see the volume start to spike, it's either to go up or to go down. But what you're seeing is a lot of volume heading down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 significant spikes in the last couple of days, all signaling bearish momentum. So I would say that we're probably looking at a massive sort of we're probably going to be looking at a little bit more downward pressure. Somebody asked about XRP. So XRP, $48. My XRP prediction for the end of this year was, what did I do here? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, maybe I didn't do an XRP. But that's easy. That's actually easy. The best one that I could say right here is right in this little range right here. $1.30 would be my prediction right now for the end of the year on XRP. Again, not if you've got a $2 billion settlement, you do have to accommodate for paying it, right? And they don't have just $2 billion laying around. What they've got is XRP tokens. So they're gonna have to sell on the chart in order to pay that bill. If that's the case, and they have to pay the bill that way, then that's going to be an expensive proposition for holders, and it's going to create suppression. And the reason that I bring this up is because the important thing to look at is go check out XRP, and then the question is, what's the circulating supply? Well, the circulating supply is 55 billion, and what's the total supply? 100 billion, which means that they still hold 45% of the tokens. So the market cap is 26 billion right now, but the fully diluted market cap is 48 billion right now. So they're going to continue to sell on this chart, and that's going to continue to suppress the price for probably an extended period of time. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a scam, doesn't mean that there's anything wrong fundamentally with the project other than what the SEC is doing and attacking them. But it does mean that the team will have to sell. And I mean, that's $2 billion. That's 10%, 10% of the current price that they're going to have to sell off onto the market or potentially sell off onto the market. So I would not, I would be looking at this as a big sort of problem. You know what I mean? Like I don't see how we get to that next big spike. And they, by the way, are not motivated to wait for the price to appreciate before they do some selling off. They sell off when they have to sell off. So, right now is a perfect time for them. It was down 85 billion. We're down 62 billion right now. So there's been a tiny reversal back on Bitcoin. Bitcoin just went up about 1,000 points in, I want to say, let's go to the 5-minute chart here. Bitcoin just went up in 10 minutes. It went up 1,000 points. So it went down to 67,700. It's now at 61,800. So 1,100 points in the last 10 minutes after that dip. Now, the question is, will that dip continue? You can see, again, the spike in volume right here that we're witnessing. This is that sell-off happening right there. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What do you think of possibility is that the government just keeps the token to use for cross-border payments later on down the road and they don't sell at all? Well, the government's not the one that's going to sell. It's the Ripple Labs. Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple Labs, they're the ones that are going to have to sell $2 billion in tokens in order to pay the SEC fine. And they're not going to accept crypto as payment. They're going to accept cash as payment. So Ripple Labs is going to have to liquidate $2 billion in order to do that. Unless, I mean, they could have $1 billion sitting off to the side waiting for it. They could have been doing this all along. I could be wrong. They might just be ready to pay, and they may have been doing this because they've been selling for a long period of time. So it could be that they did that. You know what I mean? The government is not going to want tokens. The government can't accept tokens. It's against current laws for them to accept that because that would be the trading of an unregistered security according to the Howey test, and they can't do that. So they're going to go with their quote unquote laws. You know what I mean? So they're not going to do. But anyway, they could have sold off already, and I could be way off base on this. I'm not saying that I'm right. I could be way off base, but they would have to keep selling XRP in order to pay that bill in my opinion. Or again, maybe they plan for it. So, we'll see what happens. But Solana, $132. Look, just bounced off of 129, pretty strong. Now that's not a great number, not a great thing. It looks like the reversal is in. I don't know how strong this bounce is going to be, but as you can see right here, we're getting a strong bounce off of that 2.15 trillion market cap line. So, and it's going to look the same way for almost everything, of course. We're getting the strong bounce. Myro at 13,953. And by the way, let me just tell you guys, and I'm not sure about this, but I think Myro really wants to explode. I mean, guys, what I'm watching right now, when I look at Myro, is it's like to me, at least, it looks like it's one of those powder kegs that's ready to explode. And it's been trying to do that for I think a couple days now. If you look at this chart right here, so we had this double top, which caused that sell-off momentum, which is generally what it is that you end up seeing, right? Well, then we got this next spike back up here, came to 37 cents. We were looking for that all-time high to come back into play, and then the market immediately started dunking and selling off. Bitcoin, like it runs the market, so it started to sell off, and then you saw this strong little bounce back that you got right here. And it looked like it was ready to rip, and then it just absolutely got dunked on. And then it did the same thing over here, and then it got absolutely dunked on. Now, here's the thing. When you look at 15 cents for Myro, right there in that 15.8 range, where my cursor is, I'm going to move this line down just a little bit, but you can see right there, just seems to be a lot of confluence right there of resistance at that spot, and it keeps looking like it's trying to break through there. But here's the other part. If you notice this over here, and I'm gonna go back on that one, and now we're gonna zoom in onto this, and you're gonna see this is a particularly bullish, in my opinion, a particularly bullish kind of play out right now. So you've got that flat line, and then you've got what looks like, even if it's not fully, there's either this as a wedge pattern for a breakout, or this as a wedge pattern for a breakout. Either way you look at this, this is one of these bullish indicators that tells you, or should tell you, that it's about to break out. The last time we had something like this is like right here, and you can see it kind of played out like this right here. You got the spike right there, but you had this nice little play out right there, and then when it reached towards the end, then you see that it just ripped to the upside. And from that spike and that gain, 47%. So what does 47% look like from here? It looks like you're trading at about 15. So it looks like 47% ish takes you up to like 22, 23 cents. I'm going to say 21, right about there. 21.3 cents is going to be the next big impulse move by Myro. So I think that, I think that that's what we're going to end up seeing. And this is 1 hour, by the way. Dog with hat is down. Look at this. Dog with hat is way, way, way down right now on the 1 hour, continuing a massive sell-off. Myro not doing that. Okay, so I think Myro time is coming, or Myro's time is almost here. What we normally see, by the way, just so you guys know, I've been watching this for a little while. Myro usually has double the sell-off that Dog with hat has. So Dog with hat, something has fundamentally changed between them. So a Dog with hat not as robust. It might be that it's just the market cap's just too high, and people have decided they can't make any more money, and now they're starting to just sell off dramatically on it, and they're looking for the next big one where it's time for the run. And it could be that they're looking at Myro, could be just a few guys that are looking at Myro. But again, I just kind of think that we're probably in that spot right now where Myro is about to just absolutely explode. Bitcoin giving back some of the gains right now. Downward pressure. We got a big candle wick right here. Big candle wick generally means a good move towards the upside, except over here. We got a nice move, but we didn't get a big time correction. So this came out. We got that nice little buyback there, and it continued to dip. So we could be looking at that happening again in the market. If I pop on, let's do boom, boom, boom. We've got doji candles, doji candles. We got bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing, bearish engulfing. We don't have any. We don't have anything good. We don't have any positive patterns starting to play out. We got a hammer, which played out right there and ended up going down. So, and then we've got the doji. Then we've got the bearish engulfing right here. Another bearish engulfing, another bearish engulfing, another one. And well, actually, those are actually good signs. This is usually a trend reversal, and we haven't seen that trend reversal sort of happen yet. But then you got more dojis coming up all over the place here. So there we go. That's how the charts have been playing out right now. So we'll see whether or not this all continues. Ethereum 2988 right now, giving up a ton of gains, really. Again, 6,500 for Ethereum by the end of the year. We're getting to the halving though at this point, so let's see what happens by the halving. Wait a minute, why is that there now? Oh no, I said that potentially if we could just continue on with what was happening in the market, that we would see a 6,500 for Ethereum um, uh, by this time. And I guess we're not even gonna be close on that one. The highest it could get to was 4302. So, or no, 44,090. Yeah, 4,090 ended up being the top on Ethereum. So yeah, just I would I think it's a little bit wild the way this stuff is going right now. And we're gonna get rid of some of that old stuff as it's playing out. All right, guys. So probably not gonna get to your favorite tokens, depending on what yours is. Render, by the way, you should buy a bunch of Render, in my opinion. API 3, hitting the golden pocket right there. I bought a bunch of API 3, just so you guys know. Full disclosure, I have it on 3 different exchanges right now. So I am looking for a big move on API 3. Another one that I'm looking for a big move on that I bought yesterday, Jupiter. I'm looking for Jupiter to have another big rip. So I think that I think that every one of these is going to start just absolutely sending. The liquidity heat map here. Let's hit a refresh. You can see that we probably wicked down in here and just captured as much as we possibly could, and then went back into the range right there. Going to the 3-day, we'll probably see a better kind of estimation of what happened. There you go. So a lot of liquidity was kind of pooled in that region. So now the run back up is to 65,000 in the event there is a run back up for right now. Again, we're at the halving, so I'm looking for this bullish move to start to take off, but it could be a few days before you really see something happen. And then the biggest pull right now, 71,700 on the weekly, has over $1 billion sitting there. In the 1 month time frame, you've got billions sitting at 72,000 right now. There's a lot of people that shorted this market. There's not enough right there to really get into those guys and to really catch them. You know what I mean? So there's not enough right there. But 3 months, probably got a lot of people shorting right now. And yeah, so it would take a move to 50,000 to get deep into any kind of liquidity pool right now. So and it really almost doesn't even make sense to go down to 58,000. Although when you look at this in a broader context, that's where the money is at 58,000. So you really could see a push down into that 59,000 region, because it seems like there's billions of dollars sitting up here at 72,000 and above. And we know that we're going to end up going there. So it's a matter of the markets manipulating their positions in order to get to where the money is. And again, not a lot of money there, huge amount up here, but we need retail. We need everybody working in unison to just kind of make that happen. So we'll see how this all goes. RSI heat map on let's do 24-hour. 24-hour, if you're looking for something to enter into, then Chainlink looks like it's ready to go. Didex, Uniswap, Atom, Sushi Swap, Mana, Unfi, EDU, NTRN, Mover, AI, Cake. A lot of swaps not doing very well here. Uniswap, Didex, Uni. Where'd that go? Sushi Swap. Where was the other one? Cake. So there's a lot of yeah. I would be looking at these swaps to have a big move. Now on the longer time frame, HFT over here, Combo, FXS, Blur. Again, Dynex starting to have that come down. Some of these have a little bit more range that could come down. You know what I mean? I think that there's wherever you are right now. Look, everything's about the reverse. So if you're trying to find the bottom, we could be at the bottom, or there could be a little bit more bottom to come. Something's happening on Brett, by the way. Just started to pump a little bit. Must have bought. Yeah, there might have been a sell-off that was happening when we started looking at it. Because it's now up a couple hundred points, up 40% on the day. Zellaboba, by the way, look, I'm not a Zellaboba holder, but I am friends with a lot of those guys over there, and they had a nice little spike. Now, it's not a lot of volume, but they have a $470,000 market cap. If you just go back here and look at April the 4th, you're up 4x in your Zellaboba if you're holding right now from this little move right here. And Zellaboba, by the way, if you don't know what that is and you haven't been paying attention, it is hilarious as memes go. It's like a Muppet sort of thing. And these guys have been pretty dedicated to the whole process for a long period of time. They keep making a lot of memes and stuff like that, AI generated. And it's just absolutely hilarious what they're doing over there. Does it have a future? I don't know. I mean, we're gonna do a giveaway, by the way. I'm gonna give away some Zellaboba tokens. I'm gonna also give away some Lunk Pepe tokens pretty soon. So stay if you want. And look, whether they ever increase and blow up in value or not, I don't know. But we're gonna take a shot at it and see what happens. And if you get into Zellaboba and you win this, it's going to be at what 400,000 market cap, something like that. So you could very well be in a really good position for Zellaboba when this next bull run starts to hit, and people start cascading money down into these projects just to see what they can make pump. So I'd be looking at something like this as just one of those one-off sort of crazy result things. So anyway, that's my time, guys. I got to go. Time to pay the bills. Time to get everything taken care of. Again, if you haven't already, you're looking for a non-KYC place, go look at KCEX. Then you have MEXC Global, BingX, and Femex if you want to sign up. Again, this supports Ben Armstrong and me at the same time with Femex. Also, NordVPN for your privacy, security, and protection. And definitely go check out BenCoin. Pretty soon there's going to be something. And look, guys, if you're a Ben holder and you've been holding Ben for a while, I don't know what to tell you other than it's being worked on. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's all kind of happening. You know what I mean? And there's going to be, look, you're going to get retribution. And then people who were like, it's never going to do anything are going to be like, oh, I didn't think it was going to do anything. But anyway, let's talk about my token that's down 80% on the day. You know what I mean? Wild shit like that. So anyway, we'll talk to you soon, guys. You have a good day, and let's pay some bills. Researching crypto is so important. Guys, go to Cryptonomy.finance/research today and learn more about AI, DAOs, DeFi, gaming, layer 1 or layer 2, memes, gaming, NFTs, Web3, whatever you need to know, exploring meme coin trends. All the information is available to you. Now make sure you sign up as a VIP or a pro member. Looking at my fixed deposits, guys, you can see right now I just put in another 3 ETH that I'm holding until April 5 of 2025. Let me show you the details here. So at the end of this, my scheduled interest is going to be 3.23 Ethereum. So I'm earning 3 Ethereum for letting them hold on to it for 1 year as a staking process. I anticipate a fantastic payout from this. But guys, the big money is made over here on the Launchpool. Make sure that you're checking it out. I'm a bronze member. Remember, I put in about 0.48 Bitcoin with an expected rate of return of 1 to 5x. I'm taking a risk here. If I only get a 1x, I think I'll still be fine. But as you can see right now, I've already accumulated 83,691 USDT for my efforts so far. How much Bitcoin is that? It's quite a bit. Go to Cryptonomy.finance today.